Hello, everyone, and welcome to Warung Pintar. Let me introduce you to our team. We consist of 7 members, which are 2 computing specialists, which are Fira and Fania, 2 mobile development specialists, Faris and Hadi, and lastly, 3 machine learning specialists, Edward, Michael, and me, myself, Vero. So, what is Warung Pintar? Warung Pintar is an inventory management application that focuses on warung owners. Warung, otherwise known as roadside stalls, are establishments that are often found along streets, markets, and various other locations. This idea of ours born when one of us bought a batch of eggs on one of these roadside stalls, or warung, only to find most of the batch were spoiled. This made him very upset. But hey, an idea was born.
Our idea, we planned to initiate warung inventory digitalization by creating a mobile-based application that could help warung owners to maintain their stock properly and prevent the emergence of future customer disappointment. Backgrounds: first, introduction to roadside stalls warung in Indonesia. Second, extensive literature review on inventory management in SMEs. Third, identification of literature gap in warung stock management. And fourth, justification for the study's relevance and importance. What is the reasons of Warung Pintar? First, problem statement. Lack of reliable stock management in warungs. Second, personal experience leading to project inspirations. Third, objectives, improve inventory control and prevent customer disappointment. Existing result identified gaps. First goal, review of previous efforts in similar problem solving. Second goal, identification of missing elements in warung inventory system. Implementation and improvement. So, where do they go?
Machine learning integration, user input processing for product details and expiry dates. Number 2, model development and training for accuracy, cloud computing or backend infrastructure, utilization of Google Cloud Platform or GCP, backend server management and OCR data processing. The last one, we have Android development or UI UX, creation of user-friendly interface and screens for design for product details and purchase record. Integration and testing. Collaboration between machine learning, cloud computing, and Android teams makes API integration for data management and application robustness. The last one, we have thorough testing to ensure feature functionality and bug-free operation. Now, we can help a seller to manage less wasteful product.
Next is the deliverables and documentation of the project that consists of final version of the application meeting project requirements, comprehensive documentations, user manuals, developer guides, API docs, ongoing maintenance, support, bug fixes, and updates. These are the role of machine learning in our project. Machine learning specialists utilize TensorFlow to construct OCR and image recognition models for gathering and analyzing user input on product details and expiry dates. And they also consistently train and maintain the model for accurate results. This is the model that is created by the team. As you can see, the statistics result of the model by the accuracy and loss. The dataset used in the model is divided into 3 parts: training, validation, and testing.
Role of front-end technician. Design a user-friendly interface featuring screen for product details, expression date, categorization, and sales record. Prioritize intuitive navigation and optimize the application flow for seamless user experience. Utilize libraries like ViewModel, Live Data, Retrofit, and other dependency for efficient data management and API handling while developing the app based on.
Role of backend technician. Number 1, implement Google Cloud Platform or GCP for cloud service. The number 2, establish and oversee backend servers dedicated to storing user data and destination information. The last one, employ machine learning's OCR technology for data processing and seamlessly integrate the process data with the cloud infrastructure.
Importance of collaborations. There are 2 points. The first one is efficient Warung Pintar application development, and then the emphasizing the OCR or optical character recognition for UMKM inventory management. And we go to the mock application of our application. This is the display screen for the authentication. The first one is the display screen, and then this is the welcome page. There are 2 buttons for login or register. And this is the register page. You need to put the store name, phone number, email, and password to register. And this is the login page. You need to put email and password to authenticate. And there is the forget password features. This is the forget password features. You need to put the email, and the link for reset password will be sent via the email. This is the dashboard page. In this dashboard page, you have several important features like stock products, history products, report, and product categories. And also there are two buttons for adding incoming and outgoing products. This is the page for adding products. For adding products, you need to put several data like product names, entry date, quantity, and others. After that, you can click the save button. And then this is the camera screen display for the picture of products.
After user fill all the form on the screen to add new product, the user need to fill the expiration date by pressing expired column, which will go directly to the scanning screen. The user need to focus the camera on the expiration date on the product, and after that, the user will be able to see the image result of the product and the result of the scan expiration date. User can also add expiration date manually if they do not want to use this feature. Furthermore, on the dashboard, it was explained earlier that there is a feature to view the list of stock item. This is the display of the list of stock item, where user can see detail about the item photo, item name, selling price, purchase price, entry date, and the stock number of the item. When user want to know more about the information about the item, the user can click one of the list item in the stock list. It will show the detail about the item information. To facilitate the sorting of product, user can see the category of their product with the category of product. Here, also user can easily search for category of product with the search product feature. Besides, user can add incoming product, user can also add outgoing product by filling out the form, and after finishing it, click Save button. User can also see the history of the product, which is divided into two, history of incoming product and history of outgoing product. User can also see the item reports, where user can see the result of the profits from the sale of the products. The last and the most important thing is notification. User can see whether the product have entered the expiration date or not, and user will get notification if the product are running out or low stock.
I would like to explain about our go-to-market and sustainability. The first one is the target market. Our customer demographic is having an age range between 35 and 50, and we target our users to be MSME or bar owner. And we provided solutions that divided into three categories. The first one is data-driven, where products are recorded and listed. The second one is purpose-driven. Our purpose is to avoid seller to sell expired products during customer as for our stakeholders' benefit. We ensure that there will be no expired products delivered to the customer. And the next one is SWOT analysis. The first one is strength. We are an innovative stock management application with skilled and dedicated team, and we have a strategic funding and diverse subscription plans. Our weaknesses are limited market presence, and we depend on subscription revenue, and there is rapidly changing technology landscape. As for opportunity, we believe that Indonesia MSME market is still growing rapidly, and we plan to have partnerships and collaborations. And the last one, we plan to have a continuous product development. As for our trip, there is competition from established players, and there is possibility economic downturn in the future. And the last one, we concern about data security. And the next one is the budget plan for the 140 million Indonesian rupiah funding. We allocate our expense into 6 categories. The first one is team salary, we allocate 40 million. And for research and operation, we allocate 40 million rupiah. For marketing and sales, we allocate 20 million rupiah. For research and development, we allocate 20 million rupiah. For infrastructure, we allocate 10 million rupiah. And for other expenses, we allocate 10 million rupiah. So that's all that cover the 140 million rupiah for you. As for our sustainability profit projection per year, we believe that we will get 450 million Indonesian rupiah revenue, and our income is divided into 3 subscription plans. The first one is basic plan subscription that is free for all of the user, and for the standard plan subscription, we charge 50 million per user, and we believe that will be 5,000 projected subscribers. And for the last one is the premium plan subscription, where we charge 100,000 rupiah per month, and we believe there will be 2,000 subscribers for the premium plan. So with the 450 million rupiah income and 140 million rupiah expense, our total revenue will be 310 million rupiah per year.
So, to conclude our presentation today, recap of our goals are enhancing inventory management for Indonesian SMEs and emphasis on robustness, user-friendliness, and sustainability. Thank you for watching our presentation.